Hey guys, project-zodiac here. I'm back with another unboxing, and this is an unboxing I'm super excited for many reasons. First, this is a very special unboxing for me because this particular album is one I've been wishing to own for such a long time, for many years now. And I'll explain why as we get on with this unboxing. But and so yes, it's an album I've been wishing to own for many years, and I finally have it. Um, it is also my favorite album from The Cure. That's the band that this is from, The Cure. So I love their Disintegration album. I also do have that on vinyl, but this album in particular is my favorite of theirs. I like it like 0.5% more than I do for Disintegration. The Cure is known for their mopey, depressing, atmospheric lyrics and instrumentations. Um, and they're kind of gothic and punky at the same time. And yeah, it's just basically like that. Um, so if you've ever watched the movie The Crow, one of my all-time favorite songs is in that movie, and it's called Burn, and that song was made by The Cure. So that's kind of how I discovered them. Kind of not, because I feel like growing up I would have heard some of their more famous songs being played in movies and stuff. And um, but yeah, for my actual knowledge, Cure, the Burn is where I discovered Cure. But again, when I was little, I probably heard some of their other songs. But yes, so if you watch The Crow, it's they're kind of like that kind of atmosphere. Um, but their music are really, really, really good, and some of it is like really personal, and some of it is like really relatable, and it's just fantastic. I just love their music. I'm not a fan, like as in like a hardcore fan. I just really enjoy their music a lot. But yes, so I do have Disintegration on vinyl, and then I finally got this wish granted because I finally have their album Wish. So yes, this album is called Wish. And again, so this is a special unboxing because this is an album I've been waiting for many years to have, and it's also my favorite album from them. And I can finally say I have this and actually play it on vinyl record. So this is expensive to buy. So let's get into the unboxing now so this video doesn't get so long, because I've tried to do this like 3 times, and to get to this point it took like 10 minutes, almost 10 minutes. So yes, this is the 30th anniversary edition of this particular album. So it's been 30 years. This album was only pressed once or twice, I think. So it's very, very expensive. I've seen it go for like 200 to like $1,000. So that is why I've never really been able to find this, and I've been looking for many years. I went to many record shops, but you know, it was like eventually I'll get it, and it finally came. So I thank God for that, because again, this is an album that really means a lot to me. Um, and I'll explain. Well, again, I'm not a fan. It just means a lot to me because it's my favorite album of theirs, and it's one I always wanted. Um, and I'll explain why I like this a little bit more than Disintegration as we get on with this. But so yeah, it's the 30th anniversary, 2 LP, 180-gram vinyl, remastered by Robert Smith. For those of you that don't know, Robert Smith is the singer of the band, and he did not like the original mastering of this album. He felt like it was kind of rushed and done badly. He always wanted to touch up the mastering of it and do it the way he wanted to, and he was finally able to do that for this 30th anniversary. Now, we don't really know why they never repressed it or touched this up again before, maybe for like the 10th or the 20th anniversary, but they finally got to it for the 30th anniversary. And I kind of figured that they were going to eventually get to this, because when I started buying records back in 2019, they started like re-releasing some of their more famous ones, and it was going in a row. And I'm like, oh, Wish is gonna be next, so maybe it's coming out next year, and it did. So I was so excited for that. Um, so I'm glad that I was able to notice that and pinpoint that and figure that out basically. So yeah, I'm so glad I was right, and that, you know, God granted me this wish come true or dream come true to finally own this, because again, I just really love this album a lot. It's one of my favorite albums and album like from them in general. But so it's also really special for me because it includes the song Friday I'm in Love. And this particular album arrived to my house on December 30th, 2022. And that is a Friday. So that's when I'm recording it. I'm recording it the day it arrived, and it's a Friday. So it's kind of meta in that way that I got a dream come true, like when my wishes came true. The album's called Wish, and it arrived for on a Friday, and one of their most famous songs in general is just called Friday I'm in Love. But yeah, and A Letter to Elise. So I love the artwork. It's kind of creepy. This kind of makes me think of Planet Earth in a way. And then here's the back. And then we got Open, High Apart, From the Edge of the Deep Green Sea, Wendy Time, Doing the Stuck, Friday I'm in Love, Trust, and The Letter to Elise. I think that Robert Smith, again, the singer, had said that Trust is one of the best songs they've ever written. If it's not, then I think it might be Apart. I'm not too sure, but it is definitely one of these songs. And then we got Cut, To Wish Impossible Things, and End. To Wish Impossible Things is another one that they do really like as well, in general. So I know that they're pretty proud of this album. But these songs are so good. So good. And the back is pretty interesting. We'll get to this in a little bit. It's not the album on cassette. It's something else. But yeah, so the reason why I like this a little bit more than Disintegration is because The Cure, they're known for their melancholiness, you know, their so I'm trying to get this. I'm not sure. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So they're known for their melancholiness and their depressing lyrics and atmosphere, and that's why Disintegration is one of their most famous albums, because it really captures their sound and their essence correctly. I'm so excited for this. But you know, while Disintegration covers all of that perfectly, when Wish came out, Wish is actually their most famous album, from my understanding. Oh, okay. So this is not a gatefold. I thought this was going to be a gatefold. It's all right. It's kind of like glossy, as you can see. That's really cool. I wasn't able to see that with the wrapper on. I love this. All right. This is almost like metaphysical in a way, or alien in a way. It's pretty cool. Sad I don't like that this came a little bit bent, but it's okay. Got some spirals, a handprint. Then we got some lyrics over here. It's pretty cool. And then here's the second one. And some more lyrics, I think, yeah. And here we go. The lyrics for Friday I'm in Love. So yes, I think that this particular album is their most famous one, and most well-sold one, at least from what I understand. So I do know a lot of people do like this album, but I know a lot of like hardcore Cure fans don't, because it's very, very different. So again, Disintegration is, these labels are really cool. Disintegration is definitely, I really wish that there was a little bit more blue in here, blue and white to kind of go with that. And again, this makes me think of like Planet Earth, so it would be cool if it did have that. But so yeah, Disintegration is definitely the one that definitely reflects their sound the most. When Wish came out, it still had that mopiness and that darkness and that gothic vibe to it, except that there was a little bit more lightheartedness to it. There was a little bit more fun with it, such as in the song Friday I'm in Love. So a lot of people didn't like that because it was very, very different. A lot of people thought that they were selling out or that they went mainstream, but really that's not the case. I personally do feel like they had a lot of fun making this album. And this album does, even though there are some more poppy elements to it, there's still so much more depth to it, so much more somberness to it. For example, songs such as To Wish Impossible Things and Trust, A Letter to Elise, From the Edge of the Deep Green Sea, Apart. Those songs in particular, they're very, very depressing and very dark. And the atmosphere as well from the instrumentations, they're fantastic. So for me, it's basically like Disintegration with a little bit more lightness to it. Because again, you have some songs such as Friday I'm in Love and a couple other things like that. So I'm so excited for this, and I really thank God for finally being able to own this album. On top of that, this is a cassette. I only have a few cassettes, but this is a little cassette, and it's not the album itself. I decided to buy this just because I was so excited for this. I don't even really have a cassette player. Again, I do have some cassettes, but not a cassette player. So this is something called, if this would focus, it was just focusing. Okay, there we go. It's called Lost Wishes. All right. So Lost Wishes. This apparently was released back in the day as well. But it has 4 songs that are not on this on the album. They're kind of like B-sides. And you got Uea Sound, Cloudberry, Off to Sleep, and The Three Sisters. And I believe that these are all instrumentations as well. Instrumentals, sorry. So, yeah. And then we've got it over here in a very nice ruby red shell for the cassette. So yeah, this is some B-sides to it, side 2. And I only heard this a few times on YouTube, because again, this was released before, but I want to listen to it again. So I did buy this more just for a collection and because it kind of goes with this, and it's been a long time. So that, this was also released. And again, it's a B-side to my favorite album from this band that I really like. So yeah, guys, this was a lot longer than it needed to be. And honestly, I can keep making it go longer. But to finish off why I like this a little bit more than Disintegration, it's because of those reasons, that there's a little bit more lightness to it, but then there's a little bit more relatability to it as well with the lyrics. So, and just the atmosphere as well is just really, really good. So it's not as deep and depressing as Disintegration. It's like a good, like, depressing with, okay, well, I'm feeling a certain way, but I'm also I also got a little bit of some good, happiness right there. So that's what kind of this is like. It's got a little bit of a positivity in when like in a depressive state or something like that. So it's just a fun album and a really emotional album too, and it's a really good album. So don't really know why a lot of fans hate it, because it still has that signature Cure sound. And also, I really like how they spelled out Cure here. And with their marketing as well, they kept saying like a wish has come true, and I'm like, yes, it has. So I'm so excited for this. But yeah, like, I've been trying to get this for so long, and it's finally here. I'm glad that I noticed that pattern with the record store day thing that they were doing for the past few years. So I kind of knew or expected that they were going to be releasing this, and I'm so excited that they did. And yeah, it's definitely, a lot, I think, just funner, and at the same time true to the Cure's signature sound. So going back to what I was trying to say, because I'm jumping all around the place because I really want to listen to the album. So it's definitely true to the Cure's signature sound, but with a little bit of more happiness and funness to it. I have been actively looking for the past like 2 years, maybe 3 years at this point, for them to release their next album, and because they keep delaying it, and Robert Smith keeps saying, "Oh, it's going to be released by the end of this year," and then next it's a year later and it's still not released. So, in fact, he said that the new album, "Songs from a Lost World," which I'm really excited to hear, was supposed to be releasing in the fall of 2022, and it's now December, and he's already played some of the songs from that album in the tour that he just did. But like, where's the album? So again, it just keeps getting pushed off. But anyway, guys, with all that said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think about this particular album. Which Cure album is your favorite Cure album? And yeah, and I kind of forgot to show this side here, Cure Wish. But yeah, guys, I'm so excited. I'm gonna go listen to this right now. With all that said, Happy New Year's to everybody. I hope your New Year's is gonna be safe and fun, and you guys continue to go doing the things that you wish. So have a good day, everyone. Have a good celebration. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.